Hello everyone, Noik, and Inhumans vs. X-Men issue 0 comes out tomorrow. There. Now, I please do want to ask you, for anyone watching this, take off your nostalgia goggles, alright? Pretend you know nothing about these two groups. Okay? Because this could really, when you're wanting to support one or another, this could be nostalgia can play its big role, alright? You can put them on after the video there, and with this new knowledge before you intake really about this. Alright, so why is this conflict going? Well, this conflict is going because of a death of X. It was revealed that the Terrigen Mist that gives the Inhuman powers, it has also been killing the X-Men. Now, this has actually been going on over a year now. Something that I've actually brought up how great that is, but it was only revealed in Death of X, what happened sometime after, a little bit after Secret Wars, but before the All New, All Different launch. And it's not only been killing them, it's been sterilizing mutants, so they have to avoid that, and it's spreading all over the world. And as such, you think this is just a and now, in Death of X, it was, when the X-Men discovered this, their main heads, Cyclops, although really it was Emma Frost, it was this big twist, sorry if I'm spoiling this for anybody, but it was revealed, like, they went to go get this guy called Alchemy, and Alchemy can actually change the composition of anyone, like transmutation, for something. Like, he can turn different metals into, like, gold or other elements into different elements and stuff like that. And he turned the mist that gives one of the mist clouds, there was two, of the Inhumans, into a thing that couldn't affect anybody. It would just go through, and you're thinking that this is okay there. But while it wasn't killing anybody, it wasn't allowing the Inhumans to have powers. Now, this bottom line, people are going, well, this is obviously a no-brainer, right? You obviously, that the X-Men want to save lives, and the Inhumans just want powers. The X-Men are the good guys, the Inhumans are the bad guys, simple as that. No, it is not, alright? Because if the X-Men were in a similar situation, they would fight for their powers. Alright? That's just a hypothetical, like, one. Oh, wait, no! There is no hypothetical example, because there's an actual literal one. Avengers vs. X-Men! Alright? Bottom line, this is what happened. The Phoenix Force, this great big fiery bird that flies around in space, was coming to Earth. But along the way to Earth, it was wiping out all life on planets, alright? So extinction level events, and it's coming there. So the Avengers see this, thanks to a warning from Nova, and it's just bottom line, we need to stop this. So they find out Hope Summers is the key to this. Apparently she's attracting it there. She's the target point. And they're like, yeah, we gotta get her into safety, we gotta get her away. But Cyclops is like, well, okay, we could, but I have a hunch it may give us superpowers. It's true, the Phoenix have never done this before, and we've seen now billions of lives being lost, but I have a hunch. Yeah, so that's part of the line what they first were fighting about. The whole need for repowering the mutants after M-Day, where a whole bunch of mutants lost theirs. Alright, so the mutants apparently were down to 5%, only a couple thousand of them I think were left. And by the end of this whole event, the mutants got their powers back. But here's the essentially mutant logic. At the risk of billions of lives, to maybe get superpowers is a-okay. But at the risk of thousands of lives to definitely get superpowers is a no-no. That's essentially now the mutants' logic. Alright? Now, am I saying that essentially the Inhumans are right in this conflict? No. Both sides. There is no right or wrong. These are just two sides. Both fighting for survival. This is a huge gray area. Who do you exactly support in that there? Now, as I said, to have removed your nostalgia goggles, because the X-Men had been around longer. They were essentially created for... The main reason why they were created was let's have a group of heroes without needing to get an origin story every day. Time you wanted to see one of them. Clever, and then that was created by Stan Lee. And then Jack Kirby, he created the Inhumans, this highly advanced society that in the Fantastic Four world that eventually grew into their own series as well, because there were so many of them with their own unique looks and powers. Both sides were great. They met, they sometimes fought with each other in the past, but now this is a battle of survival. So we're bottom line looking at these two groups and thinking, who should you support? And I asked you to take it on your nostalgia goggles because of the bigger X-Men of the history the X-Men have. But that is not. That is the past. We need to look actually towards the future. And so, Inhumans or X-Men, who would be the more correct choice to pick? Heck there. Between these guys. Well, let's say you're completely neutral. Well, okay, who do I have to pick? I have the choice between the X-Men. Sometimes they help us, some of them have gone to the mutants in general. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, they're just like us, they have powers, and unfortunately they're being hit. But when you look at the current leadership, most of them were known dictators using like fear to enforce their ways that they felt was right, and while it was good, anybody who questioned them got attacked. And then you have terrorists like Magneto who believed in mutant superiority and such. That explains a lot, and this is their leaders. Now that's not all of them there, but these are the ones that are leading them, most of them. And the real one that seems to draw attention, who right out on the front lines, are Black Bolt, the former king, but still has a high influence in the human society, and Magneto, the mutant terrorist who believed in all the better. Now, I would be just, well, lying if I said that the Inhumans, or mainly the people from Adelan, really didn't believe in this, like, really, the ones who already had Inhuman communities, they didn't believe that they also didn't have this whole xenophobia towards others, that they saw themselves as betters. So some units see that, some Inhumans see that. Mainly, there's a lot of Inhumans, but Magneto and his group, they seem to really take it a lot further, and humans were, prove to me that you're my equal. Which, okay, dicky, but you really don't say a species shouldn't continue because some of them were dicky. You look almost there. But, okay, so I just talked about that there. Like, the mutants, they're willing to fight, but some of them are also willing to support only their own cause. What about the Inhumans? Well, they're in a similar, but what else can they give? And this is technology, alright? The Inhumans are one of the most advanced. Now, from this here, while it hasn't been fully confirmed, and it was more of Medusa, like, mocking the rest of the world, 30,000 years ago, the Inhumans have allegedly already landed on the Moon and Mars. But that's not hard to believe. Like, this is obviously part of they had already these flying cities that got to, easily made it to the moon, and they wouldn't lie. That's the thing, like, they don't lie about stuff there. They say what it is. We're better because of this here. That's how they feel. Unless, of course, you have groups like the Fantastic Four or kingdoms like Wakanda, where it's like, you guys are pretty cool. You have our respect and friendship. Now, since becoming part of Earth, they've really started to take a more active in helping it there and act as a leader there. But they really don't boast so much unless, you get into their face about it first. Why should I listen to you? Well, you. While your people were digging in the dirt and painting on walls, we were perfecting space travel. So, there's a reason why we think we're better. So, guys, here's you guys, and let's bring you down off screen, and here's us going up off screen. Oh, you got my arm there, but you get my point. Was it being dicky? No, it's because of this here. Space travel, landing on there. They have flying cities already. And don't forget, a lot of people have always been saying, like, we need to look to the stars in order to find goodness. But really, a lot of the governments we want to put this money somewhere else, usually into militaristic. And because of that, this has now a chance for others to go, where, like, again, they have a flying city, they can build flying cities of this here. Now, you may think, okay, why don't the Inhumans just leave? Why don't they go and find their own planet and settle down there? Well, I mentioned the whole pride thing and that they want to help there, because Earth is their planet as well. As such, it doesn't really come down to why should we leave. We're winning this fight. Alright? So obviously that wouldn't make sense to them there. As well as if they leave, then this is essentially them surrendering. They would only surrender if this was a last resort where all their people would be killed. But you have this, there's not really too many of them trying to get them, except now prime already bad guys and now high-end mutant groups. Alright? Those are the ones now going at the Inhumans. While governments of the world, they've been loving them. They've been sharing their technology. They've been opening up diplomatically. So that's why really mutants aren't being as feared as Inhumans. And now we have to look at that there. So if you on a look, you got one group that is a lot of known terrorists and stuff versus the highly advanced one that is willing to share their non-combat technology. And if space travel is this thing there, so when you would look at what group would the world want to support, it's a bit tossed and turned. Now, the Inhumans, even after Death of X, after what people say was Cyclops being murdered, even though it was technically an illusion, and even then that illusion was self-defense, whatever. But the bottom line was, you look after your group, we'll just look after our group. The Inhumans are still, you know what, we want to help the mutants. We're going to look for a cure for this Mpox. So they're trying to be good. Like, they realize that this is a mistake, but they're not going to risk their own kind because of this here. They want to still live here. But if the mutants is the only thing about survival, well, why don't the mutants just leave? Like, Inhumans, can you just leave in your flying city? No, we're winning this here. Screw you. Oh, can you give us a flying in space traveling city to leave? Oh, sure, whatever. We'll build one. We're going to need help. It's going to be a few years, a couple of years, but we'll try to keep the cloud from moving until it's built or directed or whatever you want to pronounce it. But yeah, why isn't that a solution? Because the Inhumans are winning, they have a lot more to give, but they're still willing to help out mutants. So, bottom line, that's that there. You may now put on your nostalgia goggles if you wish, and if you now become more indifferent because of it there, okay, if you're still going to support the X-Men because of, oh, I've been an X-Men fan for so long, that is actually more than fine. I like that more than anybody trying to say there's a freaking moral high ground here. Because both groups, obviously, will put their species first. Alright? It's just that the Inhumans want to fit in a lot more, and they're doing this more correctly. I just find that there. Because we got physical proof of that. Alright, everyone. Please share this video, actually, and also comment below. Usually I just say if you like it. But no, honestly, this video needs to be shared so people can really think about what exactly they want to support for this year. Alright, till next time.